Hello, this is Indigo Owl coming to you with life guidance from London, UK. A little bit rainy London, UK, but I guess that's to be expected in autumn. So we have 7 tarot cards laid out. These today are from the Fantastical Tarot. There will be one card for each weekday. We're going to start from tomorrow. I hope I've got the dates right. I believe tomorrow will be the 29th of October, and they will go all the way up until next week, Wednesday, which should be the 4th of November. We also have a unicorn message that comes from the Magical Unicorn deck by Doreen Virtue. We have a message of hope brought today by the owl, and that will be from the Temple of Balance Animal Kingdom Oracle deck. And we have an ultra special Angel Daniel message. Those 3 messages are for the whole week, like a theme for the week or some extra support for the week. And then at the end, we also have 3 Romance Angel cards where you will be able to pick 1 or more cards to get a special romantic message. And that's also a Doreen Virtue deck. And if we have time, I have also randomly chosen a crystal for the week that may give you additional support, that I will read from the crystal book, the special properties of that particular crystal. So I hope you have had a good week. I hope you are ready for the next week. I know the week doesn't really start on a Thursday, but with my guidance readings, it does. So I hope you're ready for the next 7 days ahead. And this time I'm already very, very curious of what these tarot cards are going to tell us. So we've got the next 7 days laid out here. We've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's have a look at Thursday, which will be tomorrow. And we have the Queen of Wands. Now, for me, personally, this is not the first time that the Queen of Wands has made an appearance today. And I'm always happy to see the Queen of Wands, because of all the queens in the tarot deck, if I had to choose one to be like overall in life, it would be the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands brings good news to do with business and career. It certainly is a card of having reached a certain mastery in that area in life, or having at least a period tomorrow where you can step into being the Queen of Wands more than usual. So very positive card to do with career. Maybe if you're running your own business or learning to improve your knowledge and expand in your career or expand in business. Also a very good card for your spiritual journey as a whole. So very good start here. Let's have a look at Friday. Oh, wow. And it's followed on immediately by the 10 of Pentacles. How very amazing. So the 10 of Pentacles is very much a card that speaks of financial abundance. It could come through a windfall even, or something. Well, actually with this card, maybe more likely something like inheritance, because the 10 of Pentacles often has a connection with family. It can speak of financial security through family, through knowing that family would look after you. But because the very first word that came to me about this card today was windfall, it very much on this occasion can mean a windfall for you. And the most important things when doing readings is to, yes, you must know what the cards mean and how to interpret them, but never ignore the channeling that comes through with it as well. But it certainly is a card that speaks of financial security. And in connection with this Queen of Wands, if you are running your own business, or you are looking to expand or solidify your position in business, this definitely is leading you in the right direction. If you would like more of that abundant feeling or financial security feeling in your life. Let's have a look at Saturday. And now we have strength. So that's the first major arcana that's come up for this week ahead. Now, strength in tarot very much comes with the message that if you are in a challenging situation, it's very much a card that says you have the strength to deal with this situation in a good way or to bring it to a positive outcome. Overall, this card speaks of learning to control your own inner strength in order to be able to use it effectively, rather than shy away from it and be scared that if you tap into your own inner power, it might get out of control. So this can very much be a card of empowerment and a card that says step into your power, accept your power, and act from knowing that you can use your power for good. You can see this lady is taming the lion through gentle firmness rather than brute force. Let's have a look at Sunday. And now we have victory. We have the Chariot. The Chariot very much is a card that comes at times where we have been tested and we are now ready to pass the test. We are completing the challenge. It's a card that goes with the star sign of Cancer, which may be significant for some of you. It's definitely a very good card. It's a card of movement as well. So it can be a card that is linked to moving to a new home, moving to a new location with work, or some other location becoming, some other new location coming into your life. So very exciting so far, the rest of this week. Now let's have a look at the beginning of next week. We've got Monday here, which I think will be the 2nd of November. And now we have the 5 of Pentacles. What an interesting card to come underneath the 10 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles is a card that sometimes comes when we are feeling left out in life. However, it is certainly a card that comes to challenge us to really take the spiritual view of life to the next level. It's a card that may well come to challenge us to really look at life from the spiritual viewpoint before the material one, and that in no means ever means that the material perspective of life is not important, but it is coming as a challenge to let the spiritual viewpoint override the material one on this occasion. And it is also a card that often says, if you are feeling left out, this feeling will pass. Trust that the feeling will pass. So maybe a little bit of a challenging Monday, but let's have a look at Tuesday. And now we have literally the card that says justice will prevail. So if anything happens on Monday that makes you feel like you're being left out, or you're not being heard, or your needs are not being acknowledged or important enough, this is very immediately followed on Tuesday by the card that says as long as you act fairly, you will come out on top. This is the card of true justice. And it shows this lady who has been fighting for justice for a long time, and she is just about still holding herself up by leaning on her sword, but she still has her sword, and she's still she made it. She made it to she made it far enough to get to the tipping point where things will work out in her favor. And if you have got an actual legal matter going on, this is a really good card saying you will win, again, as long as you act fairly, which I'm sure you have been. Let's have a look at Wednesday. Oh, so it's a good card for new relationships, actually, or new situations starting in your life. It's a good omen to get the Justice card. Justice will prevail. And Wednesday, and here we have Judgment. Amazing. So Judgment is the last card before the final completion of a whole big cycle. It's the penultimate of the major arcana. It shows this big angel blowing the trumpet. It's a card of a major assessment of your whole life. So when you come near the end, near the completion of a whole big cycle where a lot of learning, maybe over many years, maybe over a lifetime, has happened, and you are finally getting ready to successfully complete this, and it's come underneath the Chariot here as well, so that's a lovely succession. We tend to have this little break before we move into this final round, into the end spurt, where we reassess our whole life so far to really understand and integrate this new learning. So we really don't have to do it again. This is really cementing in the learning and really assessing what has happened here and what has worked and what is good to do again, what is good to take forward into the next cycle, and what is best to leave behind. So very successful completion of the week. So it looks like we have a really easy start, and then a little bit of a challenge with the strengths, but we win the battle, and then it seems like a final little setback, but we are winning through. And then this amazing message saying we're almost ready to go forward. So those were the tarot cards for the next 7 days. Next, we're going to look at the unicorn message. And here is, now you can see the lovely unicorn that was behind this card. So let's have a look at the magical unicorn message for this week ahead. And it says definitely yes. The answer to your question is a strong yes. So if any of you have had a question in mind before watching this video, or before or halfway through the reading, some of what I said brought a question to your mind, the answer is definitely yes. How amazing. If you didn't have a question in mind, then take this message as saying yes to life, saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your opportunities and dreams and wishes. Next, we're going to look at, will it be the message of hope from the owl, the spirit owl, or will it be the special angel Daniel message? This is a difficult decision for some reason, and I'm not often undecisive with the order of these things. I'm going to do the spirit owl message of hope next. No, I've been stopped here by the angel Daniel. He said to please do the cards in the order in which they were chosen, which I usually do. And here we have the very special angel Daniel message, and the card is from the Diana Cooper Angels of Light deck. You can really see the Angel of Light on the back here. So let's have a look what message we've got from the angel Daniel. And we have adventure, and it says life is an adventure. Be ready for the unexpected and make the most of all opportunities. The angel wisdom suggests you get out of any habits or ruts in which you are stuck. Do things that are different and face life with a sense of wonder. If the path ahead seems dark, do as you would if you were exploring a dark place. Ask your angels to light up the way. I love this. Then watch for the signs and signals that tell you where and how to go. Explore the new with excitement and courage. These magnetic qualities attract money and career openings and add zest to relationships. The angels are inspiring you to move forward with anticipation, expectancy, and hope. The affirmation, if you like using affirmations, is I face the adventure of life eagerly. Amazing. Thank you so much, Angel Daniel, for this beautiful message of adventure. And now we will look at the Spirit Owl message of hope from the Animal Kingdom Oracle. And we have Raven, number 17. And it says, face your shadow with honesty. Well, interesting that the bird, the owl, has chosen another bird from the Animal Kingdom Oracle. For me, the owls and the ravens are quite connected in many ways, although they are they are slightly different in terms of animal spirit guidance. They also have a lot in common. So there is, and I feel this card very much goes with this feeling of the Five of Pentacles. There is something coming up in the assessment where we're really going to need to face up to our own shadow with this Five of Pentacles vibration first. There is an element of, as we're starting to achieve the 10 Pentacles in our lives, which is very much a card of completion in the area of earthly practical financial matters, that brings us back to the feeling of Five of Pentacles, which was only halfway through that lesson. And that for some reason we're being triggered to remember that on Monday, because it's important that we understand what part of us was attracting the Five of Pentacle energy, which is, to remind you, is to do with feeling left out in life, was actually to do with us not being open enough. That will be for different reasons for different people watching. But it's important to really understand that there was an element of just not being open enough to more abundance coming in. And to understand and take responsibility and ownership of that, to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And then we come to this big assessment where we can then move forward from that, and that lesson is then learned. I think it's very interesting that there's the red on the third eye of the owl, and the card is very red here. They're drinking red wine, and also the lady from the Ten of Pentacles is wearing a red dress. Even the guy in the chariot has a red cape. So the color red goes with the base chakra, the Muladhara. It's the lowest of the 7 main chakras. It's not the lowest chakra altogether, but certainly the lowest of the main, or the first of the main 7 chakras. So you may also want to do some work on your base chakra to strengthen or cleanse your base chakra this week coming up. But the message of hope is also then that we are now ready to face our shadow effectively and actually deal with what's there. So I'm just going to have a quick sip of my drink. That's better. So I'm ready now to reveal the 3 romance angel cards. We've got number 1, number 2, number 3 here. So pick 1 or more cards, and I will give you your special romance angel message. So card number 1 had the lovely rose quartz with it. And it's literally got, just as I picked up this card, I've revealed a lovely owl couple underneath, 2 little owls sitting next to each other. So let's have a look at romance angel card number 1. And we have a card called Honeymoon. And it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Wow, what a beautiful card. What a beautiful message. If you pick card number 1, it looks like you have a lovely time coming up. Oh, I get a thumbs up here. So hopefully if you're watching this, you pick this card and you got this lovely message saying you have a lovely time coming up that will either be a honeymoon or feel like a honeymoon or just be a really special time together. If you are not able to go away at this moment in time, you could literally pretend you're on honeymoon in your own home by creating an atmosphere of special time together in whatever way that works for you. There is something here that needs to be celebrated. So that came with the rose quartz, and that was card number 1. Let's have a look at card number 2 with the aquamarine. Let's look at the second message. And we have healing family issues. And the aquamarine can actually be quite useful in that, because that can help you speak your truth. So it says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now that is very specific actually on this card, that the family issues that need healing really is to do with your own childhood and the way you have grown up with your own parents. If you did not grow up with your parents, that very much would then signify your caregivers. So if you picked card number 2, it would be really good to focus on healing family issues and maybe even use an aquamarine. Now we're going to look at card number 3. So this is the third and last Romance Angel card with this lovely marker side. And the message is, past life relationship. And it simply says, you have known each other before. Now, for some of you, that may mean there is something from the past life that needs to be resolved. And for some of you, it's just to help you understand if you have met somebody or are involved with somebody that from the word go felt like you already knew each other, even though you just met. The reason for that is that you already had a relationship in a past life. So how very, very interesting. These beautiful messages. And the only thing left now is actually for me to read to you the qualities of the crystal that I have randomly picked for this week as well. So if you like to work with crystals and you would like to be inspired as to which crystal to maybe focus on this week, the crystal that came up is actually one of Angel Daniel's favorite crystals. Gemma Raven says, accurate for the card I chose. Thank you. That's amazing. And I love that the Raven card came up in the reading where the lovely Gemma Raven was watching. So very, very amazing. Synchronicity, and also the lovely person who gave me my very first tattoo, which was of an owl, and it very much is the owl that is holding up our Raven card. So amazing synchronicity here. So let's have a look at Peridot, or sometimes called olivine. What is the mythology behind Peridot is that it was being used in ancient Egypt as a stone for jewelry and for healing 2,000 years before the birth of Christ. That's a really long time ago. In ancient writings, it is often referred to as topaz. And this is a silver topaz here, actually, that the Angel Daniel really likes. So it is thought that the topaz in the breastplate of the high priest mentioned in the Old Testament might actually be a peridot. How interesting. In the Middle Ages, it was employed for warding off evil spirits and to bestow wisdom and friendship. In terms of healing, Peridot helps us detach ourselves from outside influences. It helps us live our own lives and to cull some wisdom from the abundance of experience. Emotionally, Peridot dissolves oppressive feelings that arise from self-blame and bad conscience, and it helps with stored up anger and fury. Mentally, Peridot helps us to admit our mistakes and to forgive ourselves. It makes us aware of things we have neglected to do and stimulates us to make up for damage caused. And physically, Peridot has a strong detoxifying effect and stimulates the liver. It enhances the liver and gallbladder, stimulates the metabolism, and helps with skin problems, even with warts. Peridot should be worn with skin contact or laid over the liver. So this was the guidance for the week coming up. I really hope the reading has resonated with you. I hope there has been some useful guidance for you. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Please do like, share and comment. I will also, as usual, be uploading this video on my YouTube channel called Indigo Owl. And I will say namaste and goodbye.